Hello guys, and welcome back to another exciting video from eMotion. In this video today, we'll tell you all about the new Lucid WUNDERBOX, a wonderful piece of technology that takes fast charging to the next level. So come on, let's take a look. Lucid Air made its debut with a 500-mile range and car-to-car charging. Lucid Motors, based in Newark, California, has released further specifications and data on the company's revolutionary luxury car, the Lucid Air, ahead of a scheduled spring 2021 production launch. While Lucid President and CTO Peter Rawlinson spoke with Design News in June about many of the car's technological specifications, the firm now has the results of a third-party driving range test which revealed that the Air will reach a driving range of 517 miles on a charge in the EPA's test. With a battery pack that's just 13% larger than the Tesla's 100 kilowatt-hours, the Air gets a range that's 29% longer than the Model S Long Range Plus's 402 miles. Anyone can put a large battery in an electric car and have a huge range, says the author Rawlinson, said, "That's silly range." He went on to say, "What we want to do is develop smart range." The reason I'm so happy that we achieved over 500 kilometers is because we did it with a much smaller battery pack. We're almost 15% more efficient than our closest competitor. The Air's utilization of small, lightweight components also provides efficiencies. The car's electric motor, gearbox, and power electronics module all weigh less than 160 pounds. The powertrain's small size also adds to the large front trunk. Rawlinson boasted, "We can put the volume of our four competitor EV trunks in our one trunk with liters to spare." While these and other emerging statistics like the blazing 9.9-second quarter acceleration time and 0.21 coefficient of drag are remarkable, the Air breaks new ground in other ways. The LiDAR technology on the Air, for example, resolves features of things ahead at a greater resolution than other cars, allowing the car to see better than other cars. Eric Bach, Vice President of Hardware Engineering, stated, "An industry-first high-definition LiDAR system creates a very high-resolution point cloud that we can use to detect objects in front of the car. We combine the data from this high-resolution LiDAR with the data from the radars and cameras to build a genuine, realistic, and redundant area for the vehicle to navigate." With a revolutionary low-profile lighting system, the Air also helps drivers see better. "I'm really pleased with the fact that we were able to totally re-engineer a headlamp," Bach remarked. "We're employing a micro-lens array optical system," says the researcher. "One of the major advantages of these micro-lens arrays is that we can retain a very high degree of energy conversion efficiency. We were able to achieve the industry's smallest light output aperture by disassembling the light module. Additionally, it's the most luminous light. It's really bright. The lights are not only brilliant, but also well-directed, according to Bach. A solid-state swiveling high beam is another innovation," he added. "We have hundreds of tiny optical channels that disperse light uniformly over the road in front of the driver," says the engineer. "We create the most homogeneous headlight of any automobile on the market with that projection of thousands of pictures on top of each other." The car's charging mechanism is one of Lucid Air's most significant innovations. While it may not appear as interesting as some of the other parts of the car, the charger is essential for charging the Air's 113 kilowatt-hour 924-volt battery pack rapidly. The charger has been nicknamed the WUNDERBOX by Lucid's engineers, which sounds like Wunderbox in Bach's German accent. "The WUNDERBOX is nothing short of a miracle," Bach said. "In the past, the systems we've integrated into the WUNDERBOX would have been completely independent. We were able to return that space to the residents by combining them into one ultra-compact housing. We've really connected it into the vehicle's crash structure since we're utilizing silicon carbide chip technology for the switching. Not only can we charge the car from your home, but the automobile can also provide electricity to your home, which opens up a whole new set of possibilities. This will allow you to utilize your car as a battery in the event of a power outage at home. The lights on your car will stay on. Every Lucid Air has bidirectionality built in, so we can power up a second Lucid Air using one Lucid Air. We can charge really quickly with the WUNDERBOX using level 3 charging, which is the most recent high-power charging standard. It also allows us to employ lower voltage infrastructure instead of 400-volt infrastructure. The WUNDERBOX raises the voltage to that of the vehicle. The various benefits given by Lucid's clever engineering in the form of the WUNDERBOX are remarkable, but the ability to boost one car from another is a nice way to ease another fear that might be lurking in the back of the minds of would-be first-time EV buyers. That is the dilemma of what to do if the car runs out of gas, as there's currently no electric gas accessible to quickly recharge a standard vehicle. This insightful piece reveals the Air engineering team's meticulous thought process while creating the car, which bodes well for them when we get to drive genuine ones next year. The Air Dream Edition will be available for $169,000, with the $139,000 Air Grand Touring and the $95,000 Air Touring following later in the year. According to the business, Lucid aims to release a basic Air for less than $80,000. It would be an understatement to say that last week was a watershed moment for Lucid Motors, an electric automaker. Churchill Capital Corp. 4 (CCIV) stock soared last Friday when Lucid revealed that it will complete its reverse merger with the Blank Check Company on July 23rd after a shareholder vote on July 22nd. This was good news for the stock, which had lost more than half of its value since hitting an all-time high in mid-February. Prior to that, Lucid had reached a significant sales milestone for its Air electric vehicle, just as the plant in Casa Grande, Arizona began to ramp up production. "Our Air reservations have just crossed 10,000, Lucid Motors CEO Peter Rawlinson told Yahoo Finance in an interview from the company's newly established New York City studio. "These are genuine reservations with proper deposits. Some folks have even put down a deposit of almost $7,000. Along with collecting the deposits, the business is investing the money in new projects, deferring certain scheduled capital expenditures that Rawlinson said were needed to boost capacity and improve production capabilities. The second manufacturing line that will be constructed for Project Gravity, Lucid's next SUV, is a noteworthy investment. Pre-production and quality validation builds for Lucid's Air car were already taking place on the manufacturing floor, necessitating these financial inputs. Rawlinson maintained that the construction was going well, with a few minor hitches, but that beginning deliveries to consumers will still happen in the second half of 2021. "We want to make this a two-horse race," says the team. Increased competition, according to Rawlinson, will only benefit the sector, but he's only concerned about one company, and it's one he's familiar with from his previous employment. In the end, technology will win, and what's lacking here is the awareness that this is a technological race, he claims. Right now, there's only one runner in the tech race, and the runner is Tesla. That's why Tesla has such a large market capitalization. That's why it occupies such a prominent position. Before our interview, Rawlinson took a tour of the studio where Lucid had an open chassis model on display, highlighting its rigid construction as well as the innovative motors it has developed, smaller, high-efficiency inverters, and the ingenious WUNDERBOX electric converter that can charge both ways. Lucid has also been developing its hardware and technology stack over the years, and Rawlinson feels the company is now ready to take on Tesla. Although there is a significant rivalry between the two companies on the technological level, the forthcoming Lucid Air and Tesla Model S may not be the most direct competitors because Lucid targets the luxury sector, while Tesla is more focused on greater volume. Let's take a look at Lucid and Tesla's top-of-the-line electric cars and do some math. We'll compare the maximum range and highest performance versions for which data is available for the sake of comparison. Vehicles with the 19-inch wheels will be available throughout the range, while cars with 21-inch wheels will be available in the performance variants. The ability to charge quickly is a different subject that has to be explored first. The Tesla Model S Plaid was tested, but the Lucid Air was not. Its peak is 300 kilowatts. In conclusion, if performance is the most important factor, the Tesla Model S Plaid may be the superior option. If range is the most important factor, the Lucid Air is the superior option. However, Lucid Air's approach to range, efficiency, and elegance comes at a significant expense. Things might get more interesting if Lucid produces less costly variants. Air Touring, $95,000, and Air Pure, $77,400, with a range of 406 miles, 653 kilometers, equivalent to or lower than the Tesla Model S LR-AWD. This chapter must yet be written. In the meantime, the Mercedes-Benz EQS is on its way. That's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please like, share, and subscribe for more such exciting content. Until next time.